Hello there.
So we were able to smash out the remaining films which I had not seen in the IMDb Top 250 a couple of months ago. We did It's a Wonderful Life and Spirited Away, and I absolutely thought they were phenomenal films. The remainder of the top 20 list, like I said in those previous reactions, I either own on Blu-ray and 4K and have seen them before. So we finished off the top 20 list, but another film which caught my attention in the top 250, which I have not seen before, is The Usual Suspects. So we are here, ladies and gentlemen, to react to it for the very first time on the channel and in my lifetime. So what's going on? It's your boy Elie Moses, a 23-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia, absolutely shooting his shot, and I am hella excited for this film. I haven't been excited for a reaction on the channel this high in a while. So yeah, we're gonna get into the reaction. We're gonna have some fun with this thing. We're gonna absolutely smash it, and let's get into it. Let's go. Directed by Bryan Singer, this one, man. I have high hopes for it. The X-Men films are part of my childhood, and I love them to this day. To this day. I love how it's not a Bryan Singer film. It's like Bryan Singer's film. This is his film. I love going into films as well, not having seen any footage. The only footage I have seen on this film is the movie poster. That's it. That's it. Oh, Giancarlo Esposito, let's go. When we're watching Better Call Saul at the moment for the very first time. Let's go. Had no idea he was in this one as well. Like, what the heck? Such a coincidence. Every film I react to, or every TV show I react to, has some sort of connection to the one that has previously been watched. It's actually hilarious. Written by Christopher McQuarrie. Hasn't he done the recent Mission Impossible films? Oh, that guy had great accuracy with his piss right there. To land it.
How you doing, Keaton? I can't feel my legs. Kaiser. Ready. What time is it? 12:30.
I don't know, I'm not too sure. I'm not convinced Keaton's dead. I don't know, we've seen those type of deaths before. With the cutaways, as soon as the bullet fires, you never know. Because that Kaiser guy, you never know. He might be more accurate with his dick than the gun. He could have missed from point blank.
Mr. McManus,
Christ, don't you fucking guys ever sleep?
we have a warrant for your arrest.
Fuck you, pig.
Shit.
NYPD, open up!
Sure you brought enough guys?
I love the cloth throw into the camera right there. That was a neat transition. Yo, somebody ordered Tony Montana from Wish right there.
At that point, I wasn't scared. I knew I hadn't done anything they could do me for. Besides, it was fun. I got to make like I was notorious.
All right, you all know the drill. When your number is called, step forward and repeat the phrase you've been given. Understand?
Hand me the keys, you fucking cocksucker.
Number 2, step forward.
Fucking cocksucker, motherfucker! Knock it off, get back. Number 3, step forward.
Channeling his inner Samuel L. Jackson.
Hand me the keys, you cocksucker.
In English, please.
Excuse me.
In English.
Hand me the fucking keys, you cocksucker. What the fuck?
What the
Step
fuck?
forward.
It was bullshit. The whole rap was a setup.
Hand me the keys, you fucking cocksucker.
It was all the cops' fault. You don't put guys like that into a room together.
Step forward.
Who knows what can happen?
Hand me the keys, you fucking cocksucker. This has really got to be embarrassing for you guys, huh?
We were hoping somebody would slip up and give them something to go on. They knew we wouldn't fight it because they knew how to lean on us. They've been doing it forever. I mean, our rights went right out the window. It was a violation. I mean, disgraceful.
That's another story altogether.
Oh, is that the one about the hookup with dysentery?
Fenster always worked with McManus.
Why
He
does
was
he
a real
sound like
tight
Adam
ass.
Sandler
When
and the
it came to
Water
the
Boy?
job, he was right on. A smart man.
What are you saying?
I say, yo, flip you.
He'll what?
Flip you. Flip you for real.
Yeah, I'm shaking. Come on.
I gotta hold it in.
Answer my question.
And you hit me in the back. Hello?
I want my lawyer. I'm gonna have your fucking badge, cocksucker.
Todd Hockney. Good with explosives. Without a doubt, the one guy who didn't give a fuck about anybody.
So what I love immediately about this film, and I feel like a lot of older films, especially in the 90s, and like even nowadays what I'm watching in the TV shows, they tend to replicate this. I like all the films that I've done on IMDb top 250, they're there for a reason. And they have a heavy emphasis on long extended takes in like the one scene. And I'm a big fan of that. And right there, you obviously had this beautiful medium long shot holding of all the 5 suspects in frame. And I'm guessing these guys have done stuff in the past, so they immediately have been accused by the police, and they've all specialized in something that could possibly relate to this truck heist, I'm guessing, and they've all been dragged together. And what I loved right there is the distinct personalities and attire of each character that was all shown in that one line delivery they each had to deliver. The one sentence they each had to deliver, it told you a lot about each character's personality, you know, the different voice inflections, their different delivery, their facial expressions, their reactions to everything. That's simply just like a fantastic scene right there. Just like delivering the line about giving the keys, you fucking cocksucker. Like just that in general tells a lot about what this film is going to be.
You guys don't have a fucking leg to stand on.
Let's get back to that truck, asshole.
Really, so I gotta do something about this shit. I ain't gonna hold it every 5 minutes. So I did little time. Does that mean I get railed every time a truck finds whatever time?
I take that back. He sounds like Nate Diaz.
These guys don't have any probable cause.
You fucking ain't right. No PC, no goddamn right. You do sometime, never let you go.
A truckload of guns get snagged. Customs comes down on top of NYPD looking for answers. They come up with us. They're clutching at straws.
The guy's fingering my asshole tonight.
Is it Friday already?
Yeah, lover boy. You want a piece? Jump in, I love you. So who in the goddamn piss hell stole that fucking truck? Ugh.
What did you say?
Who stole the fucking truck?
I don't want to know.
Who asked you, working man?
Fuck who did it. What I want to know is who's the gimp.
He's okay.
Says you. How do I know that? What about a pretzel, man? What's your story?
His name is Verbal. Verbal Kent.
Verbal?
Yeah.
Roger, really. People say I talk too much.
Yeah, I was just gonna tell you to shut up.
We met before once or twice.
In county, I was in for fraud.
You were in the lineup then, too. What happened?
I walked. 90 days. Suspended.
So you did it.
All right, now look. We've all been put out by this whole thing, right? So I figure we owe it to ourselves to salvage a little dignity. Now, me and Fenster heard about a little job.
Why don't you just calm down?
Of anything involving like a mystery and solving that mystery and unpacking the mystery as the film goes on, I love those type of films. Like the Clue film, unbelievable. Like it's so good. And obviously we had that scene in the beginning with Cursor and Keaton. It's sort of like a how did we get here moment, and we're gonna see that unfold. Oh, I love that type of stuff. I love it. I adore that type
What
of
do you
stuff.
care what he has to say?
I'm just talking here.
And if it's well written,
And it seems to me like Mr. Hockney wants to hear what I got to say, and I know Fenster's down.
Any survivors? Yeah, there's 2. One guy's in county hospital, but he's in a coma. Your DA has a second guy, cripple from New York, I think. Listen, the chief wants his place sealed off. If you have any questions, give him a call.
A young Giancarlo Esposito. Wow. Wow.
For what looks to be $91 million worth of dope that wasn't there. And above all, I want to be sure Dean Keaton's dead.
He's dead.
Come on. 2 hours, just till he makes bail.
You want to be sure he's dead.
They're all dead. I don't care how tough a guy you say this Keaton was. Nobody on that boat could have come out alive.
Because McManus told Keaton, he's like, I thought you were dead, and he wasn't. So you never know. It seems like Keaton's that individual.
Is he talking?
He regained consciousness less than an hour ago. He spoke not English, then he laughed.
Was that verbal on the other?
No, I think that might have been what it was.
Yeah, most of them were.
On the other bed being dragged out?
Burn victims are very susceptible to infection. And of course, there's no smoking.
I can't hear you.
Yes. Holger Schramm.
Well, no.
Kaiser Susie. Latimer Kaisers.
And find Dave Kuyan from Customs.
Show them.
A lot of people's names end with K in this film. Or begin with K. I don't know if that's just a coincidence. Kaiser. Dan Kurz. Like, what the... I don't know. When I know it's like a mystery film, my mind starts doing these weird things and I start overthinking everything.
I used to be in a barbershop quartet in Skokie, Illinois. The baritone was this guy named Kip Diskin. Big fat guy. I mean like orca fat. He was so stressed in the morning, you know.
Verbal, you know we're trying to help you.
Sure, and I appreciate that. And I want to help you, Agent Kuyan. I like cops. I would have liked to have been a Fed myself, but my CP always...
Verbal, you're not telling us everything. According to your statement, you're a short con operator. Running milk. According to your statement, you're a short con operator.
Imagine Verbal... Oh, I'm just thinking, imagine Verbal is Kaiser and all of this, you know, don't know how to walk thing is all an act and, you know, don't know how to light the lighter because he lit the lighter at the beginning of the film. Like, I'm just...
Running the mill
It's
scams.
just-
That's been suppressed. Anything in there is inadmissible.
Oh, I know. Sweet deal you have here. Total immunity.
Back when I was picking beans in Guatemala, we used to make fresh coffee. Right off the trees, I mean. That was good. This is shit, but hey, I'm in a police station.
I love Verbal's character. Like, Kevin
Now,
Spacey
what
plays
happened
it
after the
so well.
lineup?
Like, he's a fantastic actor and he always has been. If only he wasn't a real shithead in real life.
Sergeant was actually trying to tell me that he couldn't release you. I love you.
I love how he's
Do you
only
hear me?
making eye contact with Verbal and the rest of the men. But in particular, Verbal.
They're picking up a guy smuggling emeralds out of South America. McManus already has a fence set to take the stuff.
A fence who?
Some guy in California, his name is Redfoot.
I never heard of him.
You have to come.
What's it to you whether I do it or not?
They don't know me, you do. They won't take me unless you go. McManus wants to go in shooting, I say no.
Fenster, Hockney.
They're pretty pissed off. They'll do anything. Now, I got a way to do it without killing anyone, but like I say, they won't let me in without you.
I think the whole grand... I think Verbal's the grand architect of this. That Kaiser individual. I reckon the limp is a play. I think the disability is a play. And obviously Verbal, because he talks too much, he can get himself out of tight situations and suck Keaton back into the game.
3 million.
That's my prediction. And I think like the subtle details, like I said before, you had the lighter when he's getting interviewed by David. You can't even light the lighter. But in the beginning of the film, he lit the lighter. It might be the same lighter as well that David handed him.
Keaton put on the finishing touch. A little fuck you from the 5 of us to the NYPD.
Come on, asshole.
Holy shit.
Don't Drop it! Now, motherfucker! Drop the fucking gun! Hurry up! Drop it! Fucking move! Don't fucking touch the fucking thing! You guys want?
Del Toro's accent in this.
Stupid asshole!
No, my little pork chops. Now give me the shit.
Don't move! The fucking shit! Give it a fucking thing! Give it a fucking thing! Give it a thing! Shit, man!
Now the money.
There's no money! Give me the money right now, motherfucker! There's no fucking money! Give me the money! Give me the fucking money! You know the fuck I am! You people know the fuck I am! Fuck!
We do now, jerk off.
Easy money. I swear they love the term cocksucker.
Wait a minute.
Keaton made an anonymous phone call. The press was on the scene before the police were. Strouza and Rizzi were indicted 3 days later. Within a few weeks, 50 more cops went down with them. Everybody got it right in the ass, from the chief on down. It was beautiful.
Clean. Oh wait, it's the Daily Bugle.
We're gonna
I'm
miss the
joking,
flight.
I'm joking.
Don't do this. Send her a note, something.
Yo, imagine she's in league with like, nah, I was just thinking, because she's a criminal lawyer, right? Like, how does Verbal have all this immunity? Like,
That's heartwarming. Really.
IAD indicted him on 3 counts of murder before he was kicked off the force. So don't sell me the hooker with the heart of gold.
You got him all wrong.
Do I? Dean Keaton was under indictment a total of 7 times while he was on the force. In every case, witnesses either reversed their testimony to the grand jury or died before they could testify. When they finally did nail him for fraud, he spent 5 years in Sing Sing. He killed 3 prisoners inside. Dean Keaton was dead. Did you know that? He died in a fire 2 years ago during an investigation into the murder of a witness who was going to testify against him. 2 people saw Dean Keaton walk into a warehouse he owned just before it blew up. They said he went in to check a leaking gas main. It blew up and took all of Dean Keaton with it. Within 3 months of the explosion, the 2 witnesses, they were dead. One killed himself in his car. The other fell down an open elevator shaft.
Agent Baird.
Let's get the show on the road.
Dean Keaton, mastermind.
We discussed their phone.
But you say you saw Keaton die. I think you're covering his ass and he's still out there somewhere. I think he's behind that whole circus at the harbor. My bet is he's
Nah, he
using you
killed him,
because you're
man.
stupid and you think he's your
Look at the
friend.
smile.
You tell me he's dead, so be it. I want to be sure he's dead before I go back to New York.
He wasn't behind anything. It was the lawyer.
What lawyer? What lawyer, Verbal?
You know, back when I was in that barbershop quartet in Skokie, Illinois.
You don't think I know you held out on the DA? What did you leave out of that testimony? I could be on the phone to Ruby Deemer in 10 minutes.
The DA gave me immunity.
Not from me. You get no immunity from me, you piece of shit. Every criminal I have put in prison, every cop that owes me a favor, every creeping scumbag that walks the street for a living will know the name of Verbal Kint. Now you talk to me, or that precious immunity they seem so fit to grant you won't be worth the paper the contract put out on your life is printed on.
There was a lawyer. Kobayashi.
Is he the one that killed Keaton?
No, but I'm sure Keaton is dead.
This is a jeweler out of Texas named Saul. Rents a suite in some downtown hotel.
The
He has free
connections
appraisals for
continue.
people. Sometimes he buys, sometimes he doesn't. Anyway, the word is he carries around a lot of cash.
Give me time to check it out.
I expect nothing less from you, man.
Good to see you.
Good
We'll
to
call
see
you.
you too.
All right.
Enjoy LA, huh? Get yourself laid. Hey, the way I hear it, you did time with old Spook. Good man, wasn't he? I used to run dope for him. Too bad he got shivved.
Yeah. I shipped him. Better you hear it from me now than from somebody else later.
I appreciate that. Just out of curiosity, was it business or personal?
Bit of both.
Bit of both.
No way!
Well, like I said, you give me a call if you're interested, huh?
It took 1 day with McManus nagging, and we went back to work.
Couldn't help it. Done one job, got sucked back into the other. Once you're back in the game, you're back in the game. I guess once you're in the game, you never leave the game. No matter how much you think you've left the game.
And I look in the backseat of the other car.
And this woman's totally naked. I'm laughing so hard I can't breathe.
Get in the car, Sal.
Give me the case. Give me the fucking case! Give me the fucking case. Give me the fucking case!
That's not the best mask.
Come on! Hey.
Yo, fair play, McManus. The dual-wield pistol. All it took was one shot
over the case.
each. Yo, we're just gonna be driving around with a white truck with bloodstains on it.
But you're a tough guy, McManus. But do me a favor, right? Get the fuck off my dick.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. When you got a lot of hotheads in one location.
All getting whacked. Cops are gonna be looking for the guys who did it. Sooner or later, they're gonna come around asking me. You have a sweet night, ladies.
You know, a second ago, McManus was saying, "Good to see you" to Redfoot.
Kobayashi.
Came from Redfoot.
Right.
And why leave this out when you talk to the DA?
Dave, someone to see you.
Who's Kaiser Sose?
Oh, fuck.
We've been going over this for an hour and a half.
I love it. I love it.
What we need to do is find Redfoot, Keaton, and get the hell out of here now.
What we need to do is think.
One job, 1 day's work. Very dangerous. He does not expect all of you to live, but those of you who do will have $91 million to divide between you in any way you see fit.
Here we go.
I work for Kaiser Soze.
I feel like Kobayashi right there, if you look at his eye contact, I don't know if the directing in this film, it's very subtle. Like, you'll notice like hidden details. And I feel like in Kevin Spacey's facial expressions in the scene where he's talking to Dave as well, when you had that scene where it was like a close-up shot of his face, and it was all on the left-hand side of the frame, when he mentioned about Keaton's death and who shot him, you see the subtle smile in Kevin Spacey's face, or in Verbal's face, and then as soon as Dave comes around him and starts looking at him in the one shot, that goes away. And he sort of like puts on the Verbal character again. And then right there, I could swear Kobayashi's eyes, as soon as he asked, "Who's your boss?" glanced over to Verbal. Because Verbal's on the right-hand side of the room. And Kobayashi glanced, obviously his eyes glanced to the left. But we know Verbal's in the right-hand side of the room. I don't know if there's those subtle details.
The cargo was raw steel, steel which belonged to Mr. Soze and which was destined for Pakistan to be used in a nuclear reactor. A most profitable violation of UN regulations. You had no way of knowing this, Mr. Keaton. The fellow shipping the steel was working for Mr. Soze without his knowledge. 2 months ago, Mr. Hockney stole a truck carrying gun parts through Queens. Gun parts which were set to be destroyed by the state of New York. They were to be lost in a way station and rerouted to Belfast. Again, Mr. Soze using pawns who had no knowledge. Which brings us to Mr. Kint. 9 months ago, one of Mr. Soze's less than intelligent couriers was taken in a complicated confidence scam by a cripple. He was relieved of $62,000. Now, it has taken us some time to find you. One cannot be betrayed if one has no people.
So...
Fair enough.
Why tell
Smart.
us?
Because you have stolen from Mr. Soze, Mr. Fenster. All of you. That you did not know you stole from him is the only reason you are still alive. He feels you owe him. You will repay your debt. Mr. Soze would like you to get to the boat and destroy the cocaine on board. And then you will be free of your obligations to Mr. Soze.
You give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you right now.
A gift from Mr. Soze.
Like they're all getting played. Oh, is that architectural plans of the boat?
Everybody I've ever worked with or did time with.
Damn, this Kaiser he got shit in 4K. Before it was a thing. He got contacts high up.
Nobody ever knew him or saw anybody that ever worked directly for him. But to hear Kobayashi tell it, anybody could have worked for Soze. You never knew. That was his power. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
What a line!
One story the guys told me, the story I believe, was from his days in Turkey. There was a gang of Hungarians that wanted their own mob. They realized that to be in power, you didn't need guns or money or even numbers. You just needed the will to do what the other guy wouldn't. He comes home to find his wife raped and children screaming. So they let him know they meant business.
Damn.
They tell him they want his territory. He tells him he would rather see his family dead than live another day after this. He lets the last Hungarian go. He waits until his wife and kids are in the ground, and then he goes after the rest of the mob. He kills their kids, he kills their wives, he kills their parents and their parents' friends. He kills people that owe them money. And like that, he's gone.
That's definitely...
Underground. Nobody's ever seen him since.
That's definitely
a spook story that criminals tell their kids at night. Rat on your pop, and Kaiser Soze will get you. And no one ever really believes.
Do you believe in him, Verbal?
Keaton always said, I don't believe in God, but I'm afraid of him. Well, I believe in God. And the only thing that scares me is Kaiser Soze.
I feel like Kaiser Soze is like meant to be a representation of like the devil, you know, like because you saw Verbal talk about there, like the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And, you know, as someone who was raised religious and continues to be religious, you're always told about, you know, the devil always, you know, lurking in the world, always waiting to pounce on the weak, or always looking to take that chance to, like I said, to take that chance to turn someone, or to take that chance to, you know, continue to tell others, or to live a life that's against the Christian way or against Christ. And I feel like in this film, Kaiser Soze is that sort of individual, that devil-like presence that's operating in the shadows, that no one knows they're being turned by him or being controlled by him, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but I feel like that's who this Kaiser Soze is meant to be.
I can introduce you to Dan Metzheiser from Justice.
And sometimes it's in you in the face, and you never realize it.
A lot of guys equate him to that reporter on The Incredible Hulk. You've heard of him? Well, on the street? Yeah. Yeah, a few times, you know, outside stuff. Somebody working for a guy, worked for a guy, got some money from Kaiser Soze, you know, shit like that.
With the way they've described it in this film as well, you don't know if cops are working for Kaiser Soze with this individual controlling a lot of individuals. Some contacts, you know, these two here could be working with Kaiser Soze and they don't know, but they got to keep it secret. Like, you get what I mean? Like, that's what they've established in this film, and that's what I love about the mystery and waiting for it to all, like, you know, unfold. I do have my suspicions about who Kaiser Soze is, and I do think it's Verbal, but I could be wrong entirely.
You think a guy like that comes this close to getting caught and sticks his head out? If he comes up for anything, it'll be to get rid of me. After that, my guess is you'll never hear from him again.
Planting the seeds. I feel like the sketch is going to be one major reveal as well.
We gotta bury him. With what? With our hands.
Lost Fenster. No!
You run, and we're gonna be digging a hole for you. You got that?
You reckon Keaton knows who Kaiser Soze is because he's been in the game for so long and was a cop?
So fuck you.
And maybe struck a deal with the devil, if you get what I mean?
We did more jobs, and I saw more money than you can ever count. So fuck you! Because now it's payback!
It's not payback! It's precaution. You want payback, you want to run, I don't care.
Come on, elevator headshot. The Departed style. Let's go.
Bam! Move. Press 20. Do it now.
My employer has made up his mind. Does not change it.
Neither do we.
You got Finster, but you won't be able to get all of us, not before one of us gets through to you.
I believe you, Mr. McManus. I most sincerely do. You would not have been chosen were you not so suitable. But I cannot make this decision. Whatever you threaten me with is ludicrous in comparison to what will be done to me if I do not carry out my orders in full. Before you do me in, Mr. McManus, you will let me finish my business with Miss Finneran first, won't you?
I love. Oh man,
What did you say?
It's so well constructed.
Edie Finneran. She's upstairs in my office for an extradition deposition. I requested she be put on the case personally. She flew in yesterday. No matter. Kill away, Mr. McManus.
Look at the placement of the 4 characters, almost as if like they're like dominoes ready to fall.
You're lying.
All in focus as well.
Am I? Miss Finneran will find herself the victim of a most gruesome violation before she dies, as indeed will your father, Mr. Hockney, and your Uncle Randall in Arizona, Mr. Kint. I might only castrate Mr. McManus's nephew, David. I'll make myself clear. We will take care of the 2 bodies downstairs. We'll add them to the cost of Mr. Fenster. If you'll excuse me, gentlemen.
Tell her I tried.
Part of me wishes that Keaton hopefully is still alive by the end of the film.
McManus, he's on his way.
I'm there.
But I doubt it. Holding out the MP5. Salute!
I'm not farmy. Shot some guys. Bada boom, bada bing, bang, boom.
And so it all goes down.
Elvis has left the building.
McManus strolling around like Arnie in Predator, just spraying and praying. I guess this is all part of like Kaiser Soze's plan, like not knowing who works for who, who's part of which team.
Hello.
Yeah, get one last look. The bright white light. Yo, McManus out here working hard for that money. He working hard for it. And the dope. Or the alleged dope.
Shut up, Tim, you hear me? I'm telling you, it's Kaiser Soze!
I wonder if the red lighting also symbolizes that like the devil was present here. And we're sort of getting like POV camera movements here as well. Woo!
I told them nothing.
Laters, bro. Laters. Laters. That's the trademark 2 shots of Kaiser Sose. Because we had 2 shots in the beginning of the film when Keaton was shot. Well, now he was shot. Now you always gotta double tap them.
Manus, what the fuck is going on?
Is he shot? Is he Manus shot? Or he's been stabbed in the back?
Strangest thing.
Is he stabbed in the back? Oh! In the neck.
Stop stalling, Verbal.
I'm not stalling.
You know what I'm getting
Get
at.
out of my face.
You know
Hey,
what I'm getting at.
I got immunity. I don't have to take that shit.
You know what?
Maybe it's
what
not
I'm getting
verbal.
at, Verbal.
I
Yes,
don't
you
know what
do.
you're talking about.
The truth. Try to tell me you saw someone kill
talking
Keaton.
about. I did. You're
You're lying to me.
I am not.
You've known this whole fucking time.
If you made it to this point of the reaction, shout out to you. But I just want to mention something quickly. In this point here, in this conversation between David and Verbal, I swear upon editing, I could hear Verbal in the conversation say, I did kill Keaton, like, but he slipped up. Like, I felt like he slipped up in this sentence right here, and David didn't pick it up. Like, he said, I did kill Keaton, unless my mind is spazzing, but I feel like he did slip up, and I think that's like a subtle detail that you would miss on like a first reaction, like, and you just don't pick it up. He's like, I did kill Keaton, but like, I feel like the detective didn't pick it up in that scene, unless I'm bugging, but I feel like it's just a neat hidden detail right here, and it's something you pick up on rewatch, and it's something I picked up in editing. It's absolutely insane. It's like fantastic acting, fantastic direction, and a fantastic, you know, subtle detail inserted into the script there. And I feel like he did slip up and say, I did kill Keaton. So yeah, that's just something I picked up upon editing. So yeah.
I don't know what you're saying. I did see Keaton get shot, I swear to you.
Then why didn't you help him? You had a gun. Why didn't you help him? He was your friend.
Because I was afraid. Okay?
Afraid
I knew it was Kaiser Soze.
But Keaton...
It was Kaiser Soze, Agent Kuyan. I mean the devil himself. How do you shoot the devil in the back? What if you miss?
I mean, I feel like Kaiser Soze can't be a character we have not seen, if that makes sense. Like, it has to be a character we've seen. It's like too late to introduce a prominent, mysterious character, if that makes sense. Or like a notable actor. Oh, and in the beginning of the film, we had the zoom in or pan in shot to the ropes here, like the close up to the ropes, which means Verbal was hiding behind it the entire time as Keaton was shot. Maybe this guy was hired by Kaiser Soze. Because Verbal always said, Kaiser Soze never shows himself.
Said I never heard of him.
But Keaton did. Edie Finneran was Marquez's extradition advisor. She knew who he was and what he knew.
I don't...
Alright, now we're getting all the pieces.
It was a hit. A suicide mission to whack out the one guy that could finger Kaiser Soze. So Soze put some thieves to it. Men he knew he could march into certain death.
You're saying Soze sent us to kill someone?
I'm saying Keaton did. Verbal, he left you behind for a reason. Just do what I tell you. If you all knew that Soze could find you anywhere, why did he give you the money to run? He could have used you on the boat. Keaton was Kaiser Soze. No. The kind of man who could wrangle the wills of men like Hackney and McManus. The kind of man who could engineer a police lineup. The kind of man who could have killed Edie Finneran. She was found yesterday at a hotel in Pennsylvania. Shot twice in the head.
Nah, he wouldn't kill Edie.
What do you think about Keaton now, Verbal?
Edie?
He used all of you to get him on that boat. He couldn't get on alone. He had to pull the trigger himself to make sure he got his man. The one man that could identify him.
Why not Fester or McManus or Hockney? Why me? I'm stupid. I'm a cripple. Why me?
Because you're a cripple, Verbal. Because you're stupid.
Because
you're weaker than them.
I feel like this cop has the right story, just the wrong individual.
If he's dead, if what you say is true, then it won't matter. It was his idea to hit the taxi service in New York, wasn't it? Come on, tell me the truth.
It was all Keaton. We followed him from the beginning. I didn't
He
know.
knows he's being
I
recorded.
saw him die. I believe he's dead. Oh, Christ.
So there was no body for Keaton, Phil? Or was it that burnt individual we saw earlier on?
You think he's...
Kaiser Sose? I don't know Verbal. But I know Keaton. And someone is out there pulling strings for you.
I've
Stay
never
here and
seen
let
a
us
cop
protect
get
you.
played.
No way. I'm not bait. I post today.
You
It's
posted
much.
20 minutes ago. Captain Leo wants you out of here ASAP, unless you turn states.
I'll take my chances. Thank you.
If someone wants to get you, they're gonna get you out there. Turn states evidence. You might never see trial.
Maybe so. But I'm not a rat, Agent Kuyan.
I'm the devil.
Fucking cops.
The perfect character, the perfect sub story.
Can I use your fax machine?
Come on. Come on. Come on. Show me the sketch.
One watch, gold.
As he walks out of the police
Red
station.
lighter, gold. One pack of cigarettes, thank you.
You want to see a real horror show? See my garage.
Come on, send in the facts. Send in the facts. Come on, you got played. Kaiser Sose was in the office the entire time.
Tell me every last
Back when I was in that barbershop quartet in Skokie, Illinois. Where's your head, Agent?
Oh.
What we need to do is think. Think back.
Some guy in California. His name is Redfoot.
A gift from Mr. Soze.
He made up the entire story based off the war?
Talk to me, Verbal.
What about Redfoot?
Mr. Redfoot knew nothing. Using pawns.
Big, fat guy. I mean, like orca fat.
Myths and legends of
Kobayashi. I'll never see him again. Back when I was picking beans in Guatemala, we used to make fresh coffee.
I work for Kaiser Soze.
Convince me. Convince me. Convince me.
He made up the... Oh, man, what a...
You think Kaiser Soze is close to getting caught and sticks his head out?
Because you're stupid, Verbal.
We're gonna see him not become a cripple anymore, yeah? Yeah, get into a steady walk. Yeah, yeah. Yep, with the McDonald's hairline. That's him.
My legs. Kaiser. First thing I learned on the job, you know what it was? How to spot a murderer.
Tell me you got the cripple in there from New York.
Yeah.
He mentioned Kaiser Soze.
Who?
Imagine.
After that, my guess is you'll never hear from him again.
Oh, so Kobayashi was real. But maybe that's like a different name.
Greatest trick the devil ever pulled.
Yep.
Was convincing the world he didn't exist. And like that, he's gone.
Man, that... talk about fantastic editing. Talk of... Oh, it's so good! I need to rewatch that and notice the hidden details a bit more, especially with Redfoot. And you see, like, Redfoot's appearance, right? But then you see, obviously, it's that fat female right there. But I want to see if, as he was telling the story about Redfoot, if he, like, fat as an orca, I believe he said, or fat as a whale. I'm trying to see if that actually, like, he actually said that. And then we just saw Redfoot and we completely ignored, obviously, his image and his narrating. Obviously, he was throwing away, like, we were being shown a different story. But maybe we'll shown. Oh, man, that was, I think everything played out the way we were. I think everything played out the way we saw it, I think. but they all had different names in hindsight. Like, he was just using different aliases based off the wall. And like, it was all fantastic. It was so well executed, man. It was so well edited and so well placed at the end. So I do think Keaton is dead. But we saw in the beginning of the film, if that was... So was it a different individual who shot Keaton, or was it actually verbal? Because if it was verbal, then he knew he was Kaiser all along, because he's the individual that approached him, or he made that like he made that sort of conclusion at the end right there, as he was approaching him. And obviously you can't have any loose ends, so he had to take out Edie, who was obviously close to Keaton, because she probably would have, gone, as a criminal lawyer, she would have gone balls to the wall and done her own investigative skills. So that Kobayashi guy, or Kobayashi, maybe he is actually a lawyer, and he's the one getting that individual immunity, or getting Kaiser immunity, but he's not. He doesn't go by the name Kobayashi. But I don't know. That was a fantastic film. I need to rewatch it again. I think I was right with Verbal being, the devil, not revealing himself to the world, being Kaiser Kaiser Sosa, and I'm guessing that Hungarian who survived was the individual who saw him shoot Keaton, and obviously I think he survived in like one of the pipelines or something. Like, he was burnt, but he survived one of the pipelines, so he saw him approach Keaton. So it was probably Verbal that shot Keaton. So yeah, it was fantastic. So many hidden details. I need to rewatch that film to notice. I loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed the energy. As always, been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace. I just had to include this segment at the end there, because I keep thinking about the film. That's how you know when a film is fantastic, when you keep thinking about it. And I'm a big fan of non-linear storytelling. Like, if it's done right, it can be done to absolute perfection. It's got to be very careful and very well planned, and this film done it to perfection. And what I love about this film as well is the pacing. It only clocks in at about an hour 46 minutes, about an hour 40 without the credits. And when you watch so many films today, like every film I've been to the theater lately hits the north of 2 hours in terms of its runtime, and some of the pacing has been like really off lately in terms of some of the films I've seen. The one that I can say really earned its like 2 hour runtime and didn't feel 2 hours at all was Godzilla -1, which was my favorite film of 2023. But this film utilizes its hour 40 runtime to perfection. It doesn't overstay its welcome. And the villain himself hides in plain sight. And I went and rewatched the intro, and he uses the same gold lighter and watch in that close up of his hands before he shoots up Keaton. And obviously it obscures Kaiser Sose's face, obviously, by only using shots from sort of like the neck down. And what we've come to see as well throughout everything we watch is that Verbal himself is an unreliable narrator throughout the entire thing. So we as the audience the audience ourselves have been manipulated by Kaiser Sose. We don't know what's real and what's not. Obviously, some of the characters are probably real, some of the events are true. Keaton is probably a real character, but we don't know if the other characters had those names, obviously maybe to just throw out the police even more. We know that Kobayashi is a real character, but his name is not Kobayashi. It's to throw the police even more. It's something he obviously made up to all the names and situations he got from the board. So he's an unreliable to the narrator to the police, and he's also an unreliable narrator to us. But he probably would disappear after that, has the 91 million potentially. But he does disappear just when the police get to him, because I think he was probably unaware of the survivor that caught his face. That's something that, Kaiser Sose did not, I think, plan to have that one single survivor. So yeah, even though that they know his face now, I guess he's going to disappear without a without a trace. So yeah, it's a fantastic ending. It's a fantastic film. I just had to add those thoughts at the end, and I'll probably think of more thoughts, but yeah, we can deal with those in the comment section down below. So yeah, peace.